Tough test for the holders, Paris Saint-Germain, here this evening in Athens. Scoreless from the first leg. Paris Saint-Germain know they must net at least once to progress through to their fifth successive European semi-final. It's certainly not been an impressive run from the French winners of this trophy, and they're now trailing Monaco in the French Championship, and realistically, in this hot Cup Winners' Cup, this is their best chance of success. History is also against them, because in 47 times that French sides have drawn in the first leg of European competitions, only 9 have come through, 38 have been eliminated. But Paris Saint-Germain were the last when they drew with Anderlecht in both occasions and went through on the away goal in the 92-93 season. This match reminds me in many ways of last year's Champions Cup semi-final in this city when Panathinaikos took on Ajax. The Greeks actually had a 1-goal advantage and Jari Litmanen silenced them early on. Paris Saint-Germain will be looking to maybe Rai or Patrice Loco to do just the same. López Nieto is our referee from Spain, one of the Euro 96 officials. He affiliated Czechoslovakia against Italy. So Paris Saint-Germain in their blue strip, attacking the goal away to our right. And Athens very hot, very humid, and anticipating AEK Athens reaching the semi-finals and emulating Panathinaikos last year, who reached the semi-finals of the Champions Cup. Last season in this competition, they lost to Borussia Mönchengladbach in both matches in the second round. And the Greeks have won the championship 11 times, including 3 in the 90s, a hat-trick of titles in 92, 93 and 94. The very experienced French national keeper, who's also here at Paris Saint-Germain. About 1,000 Paris fans are certainly being drowned out at the moment by the noise being made by the Greeks. Here's confirmation of their teams. The players to watch out for are number 12 Manolos, number 21 Kasapis, he's the captain, and 8 is Tony Savesky, who's a Macedonian international. He'll play just behind the front 3, and so will Temur Ketsbaya, number 7, who plays for Georgia and is in their current squad, which is in the same World Cup group as England and Italy. Away goes Ketsbaya, but unable to be reached. 7 for Paris Saint-Germain is the Brazilian Leonardo, and he's going to have a huge playmaking role in this match, I feel. Kasapis. And it's a free kick to Paris Saint-Germain. It's all about settling here. Petros Ravousis took over from Bajovic as coach of AEK Athens after their championship win in 1994. A strong referee is certainly needed here in this cauldron of an atmosphere. Certainly hasn't got the capacity of the Olympic Stadium, but you're much closer to the pitch. That Olympic Stadium here in Athens, of course, that will be used for the World Athletics Championships. This is the Paris Saint-Germain side. Number 2 Kennedy has to watch out. He's one of the players on a yellow card, and another booking would ruin his chances of making one leg of the semis. 7 Leonardo, the Brazilian. 8 Guerin, back from injury. 10 Rai. 11 Loco. They seem to be the key trio who could influence Paris Saint-Germain if they were to come through this evening. It's a big if, though, and one which Ricardo knows is arguably the biggest match of his coaching career here. Man who took over from Luis Fernandez. It's a fair effort, well caught from Ilias Amatisius. Gotti struck it really well. There's the Paris Saint-Germain supporters over on the far side. Certainly encouraged by this. Sapis. 6 is Vlahos. Makaridis. Touch from Ketspaya. 6 is Vlahos. AEK Athens 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0 from the first leg, and it remains the score on the night. So if we fail to get a goal in the 90 tonight, we have the possibility of extra time. Some view that 0-0 at home's a bad result. I always view it as not a bad result, because it gives you, especially if you've got a counter-attacking team like Paris Saint-Germain possess, the chance of the away goal that can completely change it. Certainly the first goal becomes so important, and something that is equally so here this evening. Gaspaya. Well, the Georgians had a influential role in AEK's performances in the last few weeks, and certainly he is a focal part in this midfield. He took Guerin out of the play there and shot wide. Good effort though. Gaspaya. Oh, good effort again, just wide. Lamo was arguably having that one covered, but AEK Athens, and this time it was Saveski, the Macedonian international. So it was Gaspaya, Saveski, and just wide with Lama at full stretch. Paris Saint-Germain, who lost at the weekend to Le Havre, have a free kick here. Le Guen and Leonardo. Le Guen drives it. Oh, and it's a great effort, hits the crossbar. And how unlucky for Paul Le Guen. The closest Paris have come so far. Well, Atmatsidis was beaten with that one. It was a crisp shot and deserved a goal, really. And we hear the Paris fans here from behind the goal. It may have taken a slight deflection, but oh, it was so close. Right, not seen so much of him so far, but he can change a game instantly. Loco, great run. Patrice Loco, fine save. Well, that's the first time the two of them have combined, and Loco, who drifts in and out of games, sometimes infuriatingly so for the Parisian supporters, but he crept in there, and it's a corner to Paris Saint-Germain. Leonardo to take it. It's still 0-0, both on the night and on aggregate. Punched away by Atmatsidis. And he really was well beaten with that shot from Le Guen that hit the crossbar. Lovely touch from Leroy. Still Leroy. Loco making a run. Here's Patrice Loco, he's onside and he scored. Paris Saint-Germain take the lead after 21 minutes, and it's been coming in the last few minutes. And Loco steals in to give them a crucial away goal and change the whole course of the tie. He was onside just, but he took full advantage. It was a marginal one, but he was definitely onside. And Loco's goal from Leroy's through ball, it was expertly done, and the holders are in front. To half time, the flag goes up, and I think that was a very unnecessary challenge from Patrice Loco, and he's got hurt in the process. Surely he heard the whistle. His goal separating the sides at the moment. Well, he was played onside, and to be quite honest, this was a very, very debatable decision. It's often difficult for linesmen instantly to make decisions, but Locko's still down. The water there is the most significant because it's been very humid. Ravousis also coming off pretty badly, I'm sure. Locko's got to continue, he just maybe dehydrated. López, Nieto might want to work with him. He might also just taking the precaution to go off on a stretcher to avoid the possibility of a yellow card. There's that element of cynicism sometimes in players. I've seen it before, and I remember in a game in Turin, Juventus against Real Madrid, we saw it. Actually, Manny van der Ven, the Dutch referee, gave a red card on the stretcher. Gaspaya looking for it, but never came to him. Rai, still Rai. Now the flag stays down, and here's Locko, and Locko, well, the Greeks are furious, and they may have a case. Looked a mile offside from the initial angle. It's 2-0 over the goal stands, and it's Locko's second. More than a suspicion of offside, though, I feel. But what a great time to score it just before half-time. And AEK Athens, well, they need 3, but look at this. Oh, he's well offside. And Locko, first effort brilliantly blocked. And the second effort was simple. But should the goal ever allowed to have stood, Leonardo was offside. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Locko, first effort blocked, and then a simple finish. Well, a first half in which Paris Saint-Germain must be delighted with the scoreline performance after a pretty nervy start when the Greeks throw down the challenge to Lama. Game's not won yet, but it'd be a brave man to bet against them now. 1 half away, 3/4 of the way to a 5th successive European semi-final, which is some achievement. Half-time then in Athens. Here's the controversial moment of the match. And it really was a pretty poor decision from the linesman. He was a long way offside. I mean, there's a good yard there. And as a yardstick goes, that's a crucial moment in this one. And it gives Paris Saint-Germain a 2-goal advantage at half-time. Stay with us, we'll be back for the second half. It's AEK Athens 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2 at half-time. So where we go then at the start of the second half, AEK Athens 0, Paris Saint-Germain 2, the half-time and aggregate score. Greeks attacking the goal away to our right in this second half, and 1 or 2 fireworks at half-time. It would have been 1 or 2 more, I think, if the scoreline had been the other way. Maybe talk about half-time, without doubt the second goal that, from our angle, and we've seen it several times, was clearly offside against Leonardo, but it's 2 from Locko, and it's picked up here by Gaspaya, the Georgian international. This AEK Athens side, they've got plenty to do, AEK Athens, but if they were to score early, things can change. Line is Daniel Batista. Here is Gaspaya. Little flick forward inside and some pushing. Ricardo, the Paris Saint-Germain coach, will be reminding his side that do nothing stupid. Lama, who's had an inconsistent season, he's also had a timeout through injury. Paris Saint-Germain second in the league, 7 points behind Monaco. Next match at the weekend on Sunday against Metz. Flag stays down, now there's a chance, and Locko could so easily have got his third. A really quality opportunity's gone. And if the game does turn around, that will be the moment that Paris Saint-Germain have not completely sealing it. No question of an offside this time. He was onside when the ball was played through, and Locko should have scored and grabbed his third on the night. Kennedy. Well, Paris Saint-Germain, of course, were involved in a tremendous tie against Galatasaray in the last round. They also beat FC Vaduz. AEK Athens far too good for Olympia Ljubljana. Always felt this was going to be a very tough second leg. So far, Paris Saint-Germain are excelling themselves. And here's Leonardo. Leroy with it. Brazilian, though, happy to go alone. Great play from Leonardo. Did it well. Two in the centre. Oh, the cross was almost too good. Have done what any visitor would dream to do here in a hostile atmosphere like we've got in Athens tonight, and that was score early, and they've had a bonus with the second goal. Leroy was stretching and he wasn't going to get there. Ketspire. That's a super weighted pass out onto the far side, and away now come AEK Athens. This is their best chance, and it's driven wide. Some really good quality defending. But nevertheless, that was a very good chance. And it came to Kostis. Christos Kostis got away. What a good challenge that was from Nieto Le Guen. Still AEK Athens press forward. And a goal kick. Well, you can feel the frustration coming through now to the players as well as to the supporters. Their normal, vibrant support is one now of concern. The excellent Ketspire. His delivery has been first class. You know, when you think of Georgian players like Kinkladze, who plays in the English First Division with Manchester City, and this Ketspire, you realise they've got some very talented players and could still have a major say in the England-Italy World Cup outcome. Georgia go to Wembley at the end of April. Change being made. Kanaganis comes on, and the corner's only half cleared. Ketspire. This time he loses it out. Now here's where Paris Saint-Germain are on the break, so dangerous. Guerin goes there. This is Leonardo, the Brazilian. Kasapis is the covering defender. Leonardo lazily but correctly finds Rai, and that's overdone. Not getting his delivery quite right yet. So Batista comes off. Not really fired on all cylinders tonight. Daniel Batista. Manadens is the player who replaces him. And that will be a straight swap of striker for a striker. Manadens coming into the frame, and the home supporters recognise the disappointment. It was a gamble whether he played or not. There was a late fitness test for him. Despite that, the Greeks were sure he would start, but it was one that didn't come off. Push from Guerin. And this is a free kick to AEK Athens. Ketspire. Zaerski. Looks like Ketspire is lining up a possible shot here. So the Georgian and the Macedonian in this AEK Athens line-up this evening. And it's laid off to Ketspire, making himself room for the shot. Good effort, and Lammers lost it and made a brilliant recovery save. He was lucky, but he used his luck. Well, possibly Petros Ravousis now knows it's not his night, because that was a instinctive save from Lammer, the second one. as well. Throw to AEK Athens. Ravousis comes across. Here's the move again. And Ketsbaya gave himself enough room to shoot. He took out Fournier. Lama made the save, and well, that was a great second save. Fantastic stuff to deny Kostis. And Kostis has had the best chances for AEK Athens. Ravousis. Again beat Koye and was caught. Now Kennedy's already been... Well, it's going to be a yellow card. It's a yellow card. Kennedy will miss the first leg of the semi-final, which Paris Saint-Germain are into. Caught his man, and an expensive yellow card. So Kennedy out of the first leg semi-final. Paris Saint-Germain ready to defend here. This is Ravousis. Drills it in, and easy for Lama. Well, some say he's a liability, others say he's a massive help to them. He's an extraordinary character. And the French certainly... And a confirmation of the 3 yellow cards. Leonardo, Lama, and a few moments ago, Kennedy, who will miss the semi-final first leg of this year's Cup Winners' Cup. Looks like a hot lineup as well. Ketsbaya. And again Ketsbaya. Oh, and he's done well, turned his man. And that's another free kick. Leroy feels there was a dive here. And I think he's going to be very fortunate to get away with a yellow card. I think he has, because they've taken the free kick quickly. Ketsbaya! Corner. Well, Leroy felt that there was a dive. There's an element of it. Times against AEK Athens, and the last thing they want is any more messing about here. It's the 6th corner of the night. Front 6-2 on that score, but 2 behind it where it counts the goals. And realistically, their chances of qualifying have all but gone. And they did so really with that second goal. Petros Ravousis making another change, and this is Marcello coming on. Respondent Macharidis. He's played in front of the back 4 this evening as Trahi. Locker will be the target, and the flag goes up for offside. It's been a highly professional and competent performance from Paris Saint-Germain, but no doubt that Leroy was offside. Ketsbaya. And Ketsbaya, was he caught there? Played to the corner, and could easily claimed a penalty, I thought. But because Nieto gave the goal kick. A little bit unlucky, but he's certainly impressed, this Georgian. Now, what happened here? Well, it was a late challenge. It looked a corner, didn't it? So 10 minutes to go. Paris Saint-Germain have a 2-goal lead, and they're already leaving. I think a lot of these Greek supporters are realists as well as optimists. There were some in the latter part. Now Loco, he's onside. Here's a chance to make it 3. Patrice Loco, the angle's tight, but the finish is superb. 3 for Paris Saint-Germain and 3 for Patrice Loco. And he did split the defence this time, for sure. Don't think there was any doubt about that one being offside. A 5th successive semi-final in Europe. It was a wonderful through ball. And Loco, there was still plenty of work to do. Skipped away from Atmasidis and finished it off coolly. Clearly onside. Deft touch from Leonardo. And a very calm finish from Loco. Lovely through ball, and he weighted it to perfection. I think it was Loco's turn that beat them. And that's a great finish. So there it is, Loco, Loco, Loco. Nice for him, nice for Paris Saint-Germain. And Leonardo, he's had a fine games coming off. And Puget comes on. Well, Ricardo could afford to mix it. And the thought of another semi-final for Paris Saint-Germain. Remember last year they broke their duck and got to the final. 3 successive semi-final defeats prior to that, and there'll certainly be some tasty opposition for the holders in the semi-final. Draw, incidentally, will be made on Friday in Lausanne, so busy time in Lausanne on Friday with the figure skating continuing, and the Olympic Hall at lunchtime. It'll hold the draw for the semi-finals of both the Cup Winners' Cup and the UEFA Cup, plus the pairings for which venues which in the Champions League semi-finals. Going to be another yellow card here. López Nieto has been busy, and it's been Paris Saint-Germain players that have been troubling him tonight. So there's a few players going to have nervy moments in that first leg in the semi-final. He's not actually given the card yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter. Well, as he forgot, that was extraordinary. It's wide. Petros Ravousis and his backroom staff. Well, it's a night when nothing's really gone right for them. I thought they'd done enough away from home, but they crucially didn't score. Focus to take the... This is Algerino. Defender from Toulouse. Algerino, 25-year-old who'll come into the action, and he's replacing Fournier, so defender for a midfielder. I don't think it's anything other than just a little bit more time being used up. Katzmeier, return, and he gets it as well. Of all the Greeks, the AEK Athens players tonight, Temur Katzmeier, the Georgian, has impressed most. Leonardo, when he was on, was running the show for Paris Saint-Germain. Rise, only been seen in bits, but that's almost typical of him. Guerin and Le Guen have both played well. Here is Guerin. I think that his break back from injury might actually work in Paris Saint-Germain's favour, because it's far fresher than a lot of other players as Katzmeier goes in again. Paris Saint-Germain on cruise control here, really. Sure, they won't want to give any more stupid fouls away and pick up any more yellow cards. Already going to be missing Kennedy from the first leg. Gets by her. AEK Athens 0, Paris Saint-Germain 3 there. Confirmation of the score. Rather like last year when Ajax came to Athens, they silenced the Panathinaikos supporters early. Paris Saint-Germain didn't do it quite as the same manner, but nevertheless 2 in the first half. And you always got the feeling that this was going to be one of the most hostile rounds to come to. Well, there it is. Certainly no stoppage time at all allowed. López Nieto deciding that it was about time to put AEK Athens out of their own misery, really, and blew the final whistle bang on the 90. So Paris Saint-Germain have done it, and it's a personal triumph for Petros Ravousis. AEK Athens 0, Paris Saint-Germain 3, the final score from Athens.